Well, I'm glad you guys got back. Got everything ready for you. And you know, I've been interested in this, and I'm trying to get people to realize that we're seeing more and more of this. And so what I'd like to do is get you to explain your story rather than me tell somebody on my YouTube channel about what you experienced. So, you know, part of it is you had the film.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was something extra. I don't know whether that was part of it or not.
No,
So,
I had just done the film.
okay, why don't you explain what happened to your film so that other people will get that idea of what happened.
Right. So I want to start with, I was reluctant because how special and how precious these memories are to be lost. To even have it done because I was so afraid I would take it to the wrong place. Well, then I finally got up the courage to take it in, and I took 2 movies in, and they charged me just shy of $100 for 2 movies. And then they didn't have it on site, they had to send it out, and I said that's fine. And then when I got it back in 2 weeks, they told me it was going to be about 10 days to 2 weeks, and they were right. And I picked it up and we put the DVD in to watch it, and it was dark. So dark you couldn't really make out who was who in the video.
Okay.
But yet they were able to put stills of photographs on the outside of the DVD case to show you what it was all about, but yet the movie was
They
dark.
were perfect.
And
okay.
yeah, and unfortunately when I went into this place to get, you know, I was fine with they could fix it. They didn't even want to talk to me about it. I had to talk to this third party,
In Arizona.
which I couldn't raise by phone. I tried numerous times, so many times. They didn't pick up, they didn't have a message machine. So I ended up emailing them to get a hold of them, and I got a response by email, but their first response was, well, you know, this is what we did for you and we think it's a good product. So
The film was bad.
Yeah,
That's what they
it was
said.
bad film.
Yeah.
And so I had to email them back and be detailed about how I know it's not the film and this is why, and unfortunately I had to threaten them saying, and I would have done it, write a newspaper report letting everybody in this area know how they treated their customers. That got their awareness, that got them to see that I was serious.
Yeah.
And then they said that they would refund the money. All I had to do was go back in where I dropped it off. And I did get my money back, and I had to sign something saying I wouldn't come back at them for it. But, you know,
Okay.
it's unfortunate that places like this, you know, if they can't do it themselves, whether they use a third party or not, just automatically think that there's no recourse for people because these things are precious to us.
Right. Yeah, you know, that's why I want everybody to come in and see me rather than mail it off.
Yep.
Because we can talk about everything here.
Yes.
And we know exactly what we're doing, and you don't have any problem with whether you need to call me or come in and see me.
And after meeting you the other day and talking to you, I felt totally comfortable about leaving my precious memories with you
And
to take care of.
And you took the time to put
Yeah.
the film in your
Explain
machine
it.
and show us that it was doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just doing that. You know, that was just because, you know, you said that they didn't do anything, it was black, and I wanted to see for myself that it wasn't. So that's why I went ahead and did it, because I wanted to see that myself. Because, you know, I don't want to say I can do it when I don't know if I can do it.
Right.
You know, so I mean, somebody says it's black, then that's not good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Would you like for me to show you what I got?
Oh, I would love it.
I'll show you a
Can't wait.
couple little bits of it. Yeah, I did this so that I would be able to show you the stuff. You know, we didn't have descriptions But so this one, the first one, this is Kathy, the kids playing in family. Now, as we do these films, we'll have good stuff that's really good. We'll have stuff that's kind of marginal, and that's kind of the way it was with the 8mm, because the focusing was a special thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the cameras that we
Yeah,
ended
that
up
auto.
with. Yeah.
If you don't take the time to focus it every time you pick it up.
Right. So things end up better at certain spots than others. But so what we can do is we can go through the timeline. These guys, they were doing fruit and picking and stuff here. So we can go down and we can go on and look. And so what happens is when we see these scenes change, so the camera setup changed, they may have gotten in focus a little bit better, you know, on the next setup, you know.
Who's that, Patty?
On the bike, that's Cindy. And that's Patty in the little dress there.
So, well, at least you can tell who they are.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so-
can totally tell who everybody is now.
Okay, so, you know,
Oh,
and like I say, these are going to be, they're going to be different in spots, you know, but, you know, you can see what's
It's
going
Yes.
on
holding
here.
me.
that was you?
Yeah, the baby. And Kenny juggling.
So, we'll jump on to one of the others. This is them swimming, playing in the yard. Like I say, these things, they'll be different as we go along.
Highland Springs, maybe? There's a
Yeah, see, only you would know
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
going on here.
Yeah.
As me watching them, I just have to put what I see,
Right?
because I don't know
That's
anything.
That's
Kelsey
the
Creek.
old, yeah, that's the old dam. That's not Highland Springs.
That's your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, we're always going to have things that probably didn't turn out as good as we wanted it to see them. But my main thing is trying to get an image good enough that we can see who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this is regular 8, so this was the very first of
Not
this.
the
So
Super
this,
8.
Yeah. So this is not as good as the Super 8 would have been, but we can still see everything that we're doing here. Snow, yeah.
Is that your dad?
No, that was Kenny.
Darn.
So at least you're being able to see everybody.
Yeah.
Totally. I
Okay.
can recognize everybody and it's clear. I mean,
You see that sometimes there's darkness that you can't really
Yeah.
do anything about.
Well, I
but
guess they're too close, you know, they.
yeah, and see that's another thing. Now they may have been doing this. Sometimes you couldn't see very well when you were focusing. You know.
That Cindy,
Patty.
or Patty. So you ought to be a toddler in this one, huh?
No, I'm just a baby.
Oh,
Now see, this is one of those things. This got overexposed, but I left it because you could still see who it
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
You know.
I appreciate that.
yeah, even,
So I'm not going to eliminate something just because it doesn't match
Yeah.
up with the color that we want to see and etc. like that. But so we ended up with this for a little bit, not the total thing, but there we go. It changed again. The color ended up coming back, and we didn't have near amount of problem that we did with that.
See how Kenny would take time. with
Yeah.
me. Oh, Brian's crying. See, I
So,
remember
yeah.
that.
So we ended up with some pretty good stuff. On the back of my stuff here, I always make notes for you. So, like where the kids in the #1 film, then it's always going to be marked on here. Okay, so you can always go back to this film and see what that was. So there was 115 feet of that. It was 9 minutes long. And so I just said picking pairs and family and stuff. Kids, number 2, kids 217 feet, 17 minutes. So when you see this stuff, that gives you an idea of what it is on each one of these, and the number of feet and the number of minutes. So you can already tell about this. The slides came out fine.
Great.
No problem. Slides are a lot different than film.
Yeah.
You know, like this. Your negatives turned out really good.
Good.
You know, that was kind of interesting to see World War II
Yeah.
stuff. So
And I've got like hundreds, but a lot of them are just a mountain with no, just, you know, or people that I don't know.
So here's your DVD
Awesome.
of that, and that's a description just of what it is. Here's your negatives, and
So will these be a positive on here, or I just,
well, I'm going to show you what you got. I'm going to kind of cut this camera thing off